Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel, like it and write in the comments. Genesis 19. 1. And the two angels came to Sodom in the evening, and Lot was sitting in the gate of Sodom, and when Lot saw them, he rose to meet them and bowed down with his face to the ground. 2. And he said, Behold now, my lords, enter, I pray you, into your servant's house, and spend the night there, and wash your feet, and early in the morning you will rise and go on your way. And they said, No, before on the street we will spend the night. 3. And he entreated them greatly, and they came with him, and entered his house, and he made them a feast, and baked unleavened cakes, and they ate. 4. And before they lay down, the men of the city, the men of Sodom, surrounded the house, from young to old, all the people of all neighborhoods. 5. And they called Lot, and said to him, Where are the men who came to you this night? Bring them out to us, that we may know them. 6. Then Lot went out to them at the door, and shut the door behind him. 7. And he said, My brethren, I beseech you, do no harm. 8. Behold, I have 2 daughters, who have not yet known men. I will bring them out to you, and you shall do with them as is good in your eyes. Only do nothing to these men, for that is why they have come under the shadow of my roof. 9. But they said, Get out of there. They said further, As a foreigner this individual came here to dwell, and would you want to be a judge in everything? Now we will do you more harm than them. And they rushed at the man, at Lot, and approached to break down the door. 10. But those men stretched out their hands and brought Lot into the house with them, and shut the door. 11. And they smote the men that were at the door of the house, from the least to the greatest, with blindness, so that they were weary to find the door. 12. Then those men said to Lot, Do you have anyone else here? Your son-in-law, and your sons, and your daughters, and all that you have in this city, bring them out of this place. 13. For we are going to destroy this place, because the cry of it has increased before the face of the Lord, and the Lord has sent us to destroy it. 14. Then Lot went out, and spoke to his sons-in-law, to those who were to take his daughters, and said, Arise, get out of this place, for the Lord will destroy the city. But he was considered a mocker in the eyes of his sons-in-law. 15. And at dawn the angels pressed Lot, saying, Rise, take your wife and your 2 daughters who are here, so that you do not perish in the injustice of this city. 16. But as he lingered, the men took him by the hand, and by the hand of his wife and his 2 daughters, the Lord being merciful to him, and they brought him out and set him outside the city. 17. And it came to pass, taking them out, he said, Escape for thy life, do not look behind you, and do not stop across this meadow, escape there to the mountain, lest you perish. 18. And Lot said to him, Why, no, my lord. 19. Behold, now thy servant hath found grace in thy sight, and thou hast magnified thy mercy, which thou hast shown me, to save my soul alive, but I cannot escape into the mountain, lest this evil overtake me and I die. 20. Behold, now that city is near, to flee thither, and it is small, why, let me escape thither, is it not small, that my soul may live? 21. And he said to him, Behold, I have accepted thee also in this matter, that I may not destroy that city, of which thou hast spoken. 22. Make haste, escape thither, because I can't do anything until you get there. Therefore the name of the city was called Zor. 23. The sun rose over the earth when Lot entered Zor. 24. Then the Lord rained brimstone and fire from the Lord out of heaven on Sodom and Gomorrah. 25. And he destroyed those cities and all that plain, and all the inhabitants of those cities, and that which grew out of the earth. 26. And Lot's wife looked back and was turned into a pillar of salt. 27. And Abraham rose that same morning, early in the morning, and went to that place where he had been before the face of the Lord. 28. And he looked upon Sodom and Gomorrah and upon all the land of the plain, and he saw that the smoke of the earth ascended, like that of a furnace. 29. And it came to pass, when God destroyed the cities of the plain, that God remembered Abraham, and brought Lot out of the midst of the destruction, overthrowing those cities where Lot had dwelt. 30. And Lot went up from Zoar, and dwelt in the mountain, and his 2 daughters with him, because he feared to dwell in Zoar, and dwelt in a cave, he and his 2 daughters. 31. Then the firstborn said to the younger, Our father is old, and there is no man in the land to come among us, according to the custom of all the earth. 32. Come, let us make our father drink wine, and let us lie with him, that we may preserve our father's seed alive. 33. And they made their father drink wine that night, and the firstborn came and lay down with her father, and he felt not when she lay down, nor when she arose. 34. And it came to pass the next day, that the eldest said unto the youngest, See here, last night I lay with my father, we made him drink wine this night also, and then you go in, lie with him, that we may preserve the offspring of our father. 35. And they made their father drink wine that night also, and the younger arose, and lay with him, and she felt him not when she lay down, nor when she arose. 36. And they conceived Lot's 2 daughters by their father. 37. And the firstborn bare a son, and called his name Moab, this is the father of the Moabites to this day. 38. And the youngest also bare a son, and called his name Ben-Ami, this is the father of the children of Ammon to this day. Genesis 20. 1. And Abraham departed from there to the south country, and dwelt between Kadesh and Shur, and sojourned in Gerar. 2. And Abraham having said of Sarah his wife, She is my sister, she sent Abimelech king of Gerar and took Sarah. 3. But God came to Abimelech in a dream by night, and said to him, Behold, thou art dead for the woman which thou hast taken, because she has a husband. 4. But Abimelech had not yet approached her, therefore he said, Lord, wilt thou also slay a righteous nation? 5. Didn't he tell me himself, Is she my sister? And she also said, It is my brother. In sincerity of heart and in purity of my hands I have done this. 6. And God said to him in a dream, I know that in the sincerity of your heart you did this, and I also have kept you from sinning against me, that's why I didn't allow you to touch her. 7. Now therefore, restore the woman to her husband, for he is a prophet, and will pray for you, that you may live, but if you do not give it back, know that you will surely die, you and all that is yours. 8. And Abimelech rose early in the morning, and called all his servants, and spoke all these words in their ears, and they feared those men greatly. 9. Then Abimelech called Abraham and said to him, What have you done to us? And what have I sinned against you, that you bring such sin upon my kingdom? You did to me what you shouldn't have done. 10. Abimelech said more to Abraham, What have you seen, to do such a thing? 11. And Abraham said, Because I thought, Surely there is no fear of God in this place, and they will kill me because of my wife. 12. And indeed, she is also my sister, my father's daughter, but not my mother's daughter, and she became my wife. 13. And it came to pass, when God caused me to wander from my father's house, I said to him, Let this be the grace that you will show me wherever we go, say of me, He is my brother. 14. Then Abimelech took flocks and herds, and menservants and maidservants, and gave them to Abraham, and restored Sarah his wife to him. 15. And Abimelech said, Behold, my land is before thee, dwell where it is good in your eyes. 16. And to Sarah he said, You see that I have given your brother 1,000 pieces of silver, behold, he shall be to thee a veil of the eyes to all that are with thee, and even to all others, and you are warned. 17. And Abraham prayed to God, and God healed Abimelech, and his wife, and his handmaidens, so that they had children. 18. for the Lord had completely closed all the wombs of the house of Abimelech, because of Sarah, Abraham's wife. Genesis 21. 1. And the Lord visited Sarah, as he had said, and the Lord did to Sarah as he had promised. 2. And he conceived Sarah, and bore Abraham a son in his old age, at the appointed time, which God had spoken to him. 3. And Abraham called the name of the son who was born to him, whom Sarah bore him, Isaac. 4. And Abraham circumcised his son Isaac when he was 8 days old, as God had commanded him. 5. And Abraham was 100 years old when his son Isaac was born to him. 6. And Sarah said, God has made me laugh, everyone who hears will laugh with me. 7. He said more, who would say to Abraham that Sarah would nurse children? For I gave him a son in his old age. 8. And the child grew, and was weaned, so Abraham made a great feast on the day that Isaac was weaned. 9. And Sarah saw that the son of Hagar the Egyptian, whom she had given to Abraham, mocked. 10. And she said to Abraham, Put out this handmaid and her son, for the son of this handmaid shall not inherit with my son Isaac. 11. And this word seemed very evil in the eyes of Abraham, on account of his son. 12. But God said to Abraham, Let it not displease you concerning the boy and your maidservant. In everything Sarah tells you, listen to her voice, for in Isaac shall thy seed be called. 13. But I will also make the son of this handmaid a nation, because he is your offspring. 14. So Abraham rose early in the morning, and took bread and a skin of water, and gave them to Hagar, putting them on her shoulder. He also gave her the child and sent her away, and she departed, wandering in the desert of Beersheba. 15. And when the water in the skin was consumed, she threw the boy under one of the trees. 16. And he went and sat down opposite, a bowshot away, because she said, Let me not see the boy die. And she sat opposite, and lifted up her voice, and wept. 17. And God heard the voice of the child, and the angel of God called to Hagar from heaven, and said to her, What is the matter, Hagar? Do not be afraid, for God has heard the boy's voice from where he is. 18. Get up, lift the boy and take his hand, because I will make him a great nation. 19. And God opened his eyes, and he saw a well of water, and he went and filled the skin with water, and gave the child a drink. 20. And it was God with the boy, who grew up, and he dwelt in the wilderness, and was an archer. 21. And he dwelt in the wilderness of Paran, and his mother took him a wife from the land of Egypt. 22. And it came to pass at that same time, that Abimelech, with Phicol, the prince of his host, spake with Abraham, saying, God is with thee in all that thou doest. 23. Now therefore, swear to me here by God, that you will not lie to me, or to my son, or to my grandson, according to the kindness I have shown you, you will do to me into the land where you sojourned. 24. And Abraham said, I will swear. 25. Abraham, however, rebuked Abimelech over a well of water, which Abimelech's servants had taken by force. 26. Then Abimelech said, I do not know who did this, and you also did not let me know, nor did I hear it until today. 27. And Abraham took sheep and herds, and gave them to Abimelech, and they both made a covenant. 28. But Abraham set 7 lambs apart from the flock. 29. And Abimelech said to Abraham, Why are these 7 lambs here, which you have set aside? 30. And he said, Thou shalt take these 7 lambs out of my hand, that they may be a witness that I dug this well. 31. Therefore that place was called Beersheba, because they both swore there. 32. So they made a covenant in Beersheba. Then Abimelech and Phicol, prince of his army, arose, and they returned to the land of the Philistines. 33. And he planted a grove in Beersheba, and called thereon the name of the Lord, Eternal God. 34. And Abraham sojourned in the land of the Philistines many days. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe to the channel, like it and write in the comments.